Hey, this is Omar coming at you live from my underground bunker in some undisclosed location. And thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of my podcast. I have invited a certified personal trainer. I want to talk about natural ways to deal with anxiety and depression. Believe it or not, there are natural ways, easy ways to deal with anxiety levels, with depression, especially in the days that we're living in now with COVID, vaccine mandates, all that is being pumped into us on social media, on TV, in the news. Dear Lord Jesus. It's all about fear, 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 fear. And we are surrounded by fear. Don't go anywhere. Don't change that dial. I'll be right back.
Thank you very much for listening to Omar Oropesa's podcast. Don't forget to follow him on social media, listen to his music on digital platforms, and watch his videos on YouTube. Visit the website omaroropesa.org to stay up to date with the latest information.
And like I promised everyone, I have invited Mr. Greg Dandridge. He is a certified personal trainer, one of the top ones in DC. And Greg, are you on? Please say hello.
Yes, sir. I am on. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing fine and staying healthy and staying active.
There you go. Greg, I have invited you to be on this episode to talk about everything that's going on. People seeing all these negative things on social media, on TV, this COVID, all these deaths, everything we're seeing about the vaccine. If you don't get vaccinated, you don't have no protection against COVID. It's just a fear, and people, it's affecting people. People are being depressed. People are hitting all-time high anxiety levels. Is there a natural way to deal with depression and anxiety and, something? Any suggestions for us?
First off, people gotta get from in front of the television. It's like people, depending on the type of job that a person has and, how long they, like what type of work they do. And like if you sit in a cubicle for 8 hours, then you go home and then you saturate yourself with, the news and what's going on. It's like, everything is pretty much fear-based. So it's like you're in a constant state of fear. So, and then people aren't active. People are petrified to touch stuff, and like they gotta wipe everything down. So it's just like none of that helps.
Yeah, it's tough. It really is tough. Suicide rates going up, especially within the youth, and also all this COVID has disrupted the schools. Homecoming, the prom. So kids are going through hard times right now. They don't have no social activities. Everything is through Zoom, and like probably once a week they're meeting inside the schools.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, and it's sad, because kids don't really have any way to like burn off that energy. So, it's just like, kids need to, they need to run, they need to play, they need to, they need to be active. They need to be kids.
Exactly. Kids need to be kids.
They're not meant to be confined, to a room. It's like, as adults, we have a hard time sitting in front of a screen for 8 hours. So, you can't expect a child to, sit there, behave, and, not to want to, turn the computer off, log out, log back in, like they literally create things to do because they get bored.
Yes, exactly. So what else can we do? What else can we do to attack and hit anxiety, depression? Like we were saying before, we're seeing everything on TV, vaccine mandates, COVID, people dying. We're seeing people dying from COVID that have already been vaccinated. So we need to cope with all this.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, first off, turn the TV off.
Turn it off. How about social media?
Okay.
Filter the
filter.
good stuff, and just ignore all the negative, toxic crap that we see on social media.
It's the overconsumption, So it's not that social media is bad, but too much of it,
true,
it's toxic. That's like foods. Certain things are. I mean, anything could be bad. Overconsumed.
Balance. You need a good
right.
Balance.
Yeah. So staying active, your nutrition, rest, your home environment. It's you got to find middle ground in each one, because the moment you become excessive in one area, it throws everything else off.
How about a long walk? Me personally, I love going on hiking trails, especially in this area that we live in. There's so many trails out there. Just you and the wilderness, the trees, the river. Long walks.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Long walks are perfect. Even like a home workout. If you're into meditating, just anything outside of the norm. A lot of people have these routines of sitting at work, going home, sitting at home. Then it's the overconsumption with the news, and like I said, everything is fear-based. It's just staying in that constant state of fear just isn't good.
I agree with you, Greg.
So, yeah.
I agree. How can somebody get in contact with you?
It's you can get in contact with me is BVOY, stands for the best version of yourself _fitness _nutrition _LLC. And that's on Instagram.
Okay. All right. So it's on Instagram. They can send you messages if they have any questions. And you're based out of the DC area, the DMV area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Born and raised. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation.
No,
and I know it's not going to be the last time. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
If you like this podcast, you can support it by sharing it and donating just by clicking on the link in the description. It would be deeply appreciated and a blessing.